satisfactory night out there for you going back and forth with Will. Did you know that this was the plan? Did you kind of come in just with an open mind, or can you kind of break down what the week was like for you?
Yeah, but at the end of the week, he kind of told us that Will was going to go first, and I was going to go the second drive, and then we were just kind of fill it out from there. But it was fun to just being able to get out there and, play a little bit more and kind of getting to play a little bit more each week. But, Will dominated tonight, credit to him. I was really excited for him, just see him go out there and, do his thing. But, whenever you win a conference game that big, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter how we got it done. We got it done, and it's on the next week.
Whose idea was it, or when did you know that you guys were both going to be on the field to start the game?
I didn't really know, I don't think, until Friday. They kind of had brought it up, and it's kind of just up in the air. They put it out there, and then during prep and stuff, we were just saying this was the play we were going to start with, and we just kind of rolled with it.
Avery, is that one of the more physical games that you've ever been a part of?
For sure. I don't know how many times I carried the ball, but I carried it a lot, and sometimes I got into space, sometimes I didn't. It's just kind of how it opens up. Credit to those offensive linemen for opening up holes for me and letting me, go out there and do my thing. But it wasn't just me running the ball tonight. Will had, I don't know how many carries Will had, but he had a big chunk of yards on the ground, and Trayshawn and DJ, those dudes are really starting to catch their second wind. So, credit to them, credit to the offensive line for just going out and being able to dominate on the ground.
We've seen your connection with Jace Brown a few times, but a few deep balls down the sideline today. How has that progressed? He said, we talked to him, he said that you're his best friend. Just kind of talk about that connection.
Yeah, that's my brother. We came in here at the same time, and he's a shy guy at first. Once he kind of got out of his shell, we kind of got to bond, on and off the field. It's really where that chemistry comes in, and it just really comes back to, Jace coming to grab me after practice and say, let's get, a few more routes, or me going and get him, whatever it might be. And then that's kind of starting to show on Saturdays, and credit to him, he's putting on all the work. Dude can really take the top off the defense, and he's confident in himself. And when you go out there and play free and with confidence, it's hard to be stopped.
Is it weird to switch off with another quarterback? Is it a challenge at all to be out there for a drive, then sit a drive and kind of keep a momentum, if you will?
I would say it's different because I've never done it before, but I wouldn't say it's weird in any way. I have 100% confidence in Will, and I'm sure he has 100% confidence in me, and CK has confidence in both of us. So at the end of the day, I don't really care how it gets done as long as we come out with the win at the when the clock's hit 0.
How dynamic do you feel this offense is right now? The lines are really starting to find themselves, and you got 4, 5, 6, 7 different guys that can do a lot of things for you.
Yeah, we have a very experienced offensive line. We knew it before we had come into the season that they were going to be very dominant. And you see them starting to get more comfortable and settling in, and it really shows out there. So, I'm confident in those guys, and just being able to give me time whenever I drop back and pass and being able to open holes. I just got to make sure that I'm fitting it right, and then I'm making plays in space.
Avery, you've been known as a runner since you've been here, but today you threw some longer passes and had some nice connections. How much of a confidence booster was that for you to do that today?
I wouldn't really say it's a confidence booster, just because I've always had 100% confidence in myself, and I've always known what I was capable of doing. But it definitely did boost my confidence to see, the CK just having confidence in me to let me throw the ball down the field, because that guy's been with me every step of the way. So just seeing him being able to, make those calls for me and allow me to kind of go out there and do my thing a little bit. But like I said, it's just reps all week in practice with those guys, and those receivers running full speed at practice. It really helps with my timing, and just the offensive line holding some stuff up for me.
With you guys going back and forth, the quarterback, it can kind of be hard to sort of figure all that out in the middle of a season. But with the defense playing the way they are, it kind of just gives you that grace to know that even if it isn't maybe an effective drive, they're going to get a stop and get the chance to do it. Does that just make life so much easier for you and Will?
100%. Will goes down that first drive and scores, and if we don't score again for the rest of the game, we still come out here with a win. So credit to the defense. They're dominant tonight, and they've been dominant they were dominant last week too, with a whole bunch of takeaways, and they're starting to see a lot of, that the momentum from last week kind of carried over to this week, and we're just kind of hoping to keep that snowball effect. But they work hard all week at practice. They get in, they prep and watch extra tape. They're in here putting in the extra work. So it's not a surprise to me to see them dominate on Saturdays.
How much do you and Will talk throughout a game like this? Are you going over to him, hey, what'd you see on that last series? Are you telling him, hey, watch this or that? Or?
Yeah, we communicate pretty much after every drive, whether that's at the end of the drive, me just congratulating him for, going out there and doing his thing, or vice versa. But every time, you know, he might see something, he might communicate it to me, and I might do the same to him just to make sure we're all on the same page and that the offense is flowing smoothly. Because the last thing those guys the other 10 players out there want is for it to be different when I get in there and different when Will gets in there. So that's what we just try to do. We just try to keep it basic so that everybody can kind of just go out there and do their job.
How big was the crowd tonight?
I mean, they show out every night. It just seemed like it was packed tonight just because we haven't played at home in so long. And just when we were doing the catwalk, like that was the most people I've ever seen at the catwalk. So, I mean, we had, like I said it 100 times before, like we have one of the best, if not the best, fan bases in college football. So just seeing everybody come out and gather around us tonight to watch us come out with that big win.
Take us through that. I mean, you got flipped on that one play. Just kind of what happened on that one?
Well, I knew it was 3rd and short, and I didn't know how far I had to get that first down, and that guy was fitting the gap pretty well. So I kind of did like a jump cut at the same time where he kind of had grabbed me, and when he had tackled me, but that was light against some of the times when you get tackled and one of those big guys kind of lands on top of you. So it wasn't it probably looked pretty bad. I haven't seen it back yet, but it wasn't that bad.
What would you say your favorite nickname is? Is it like Sunshine, Goldilocks? What do you think?
Yeah, Sunshine probably. What's your nickname?
One more for Avery. Just thinking about teams game planning against you guys, they now got to get ready for Will and you. Do you feel like that kind of gives you an advantage at all?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's hard to scheme one offense, one quarterback, let alone two. So just us being versatile and, those guys out here having confidence in us and all the coaches having confidence in us just allows us to go out there and play our game each week.